Hello, this is Gabriel, and I would like to introduce you to the Khamelia system and the Khamelia framework. Basically, as you can see here in front of you, this is a prototype for the Khamelia system version 3.0. This particular implementation is slated to be a SaaS solution. And right off bat, this particular screen and design here introduces the different projects and then the different tasks associated with these projects. Now, one thing just to note right offhand too is that this futuristic look and feel is one of the themes available for this particular design. This design also, for example, has the option to switch themes. If I click this button down here, you can see that now it has a much more corporate look and theme to the system. Just to kind of give you an idea of the possibilities here. For example, this particular screen shows you the different projects. You do have a lot of stacking and layering within this particular system. For example, if I click this menu button here, this expands here and I have the option to select other modules, other or applications that would be available to the system eventually. Right now, these are here more for demo purposes, and then I can also collapse this. Those are the different tools that are available to the user. In addition to that, once the user selects one of these particular modules or business tools, then the navigation option becomes available. For example, this particular panel can expand and the user can navigate to the particular page or relevant data that they may be looking for. If they don't need to do any navigation, then the user may conveniently close this particular panel down and it collapses into this vertical bar here. Once again, which is available to be uncollapsed if need be, just by clicking the arrows. But at this point, but also the tool has a built-in online chat type of functionality too as well. If I click on this button here, this gives me the option to see who's online and their current status. If I want to get more information, I can click on it again and give me more information. Or I can click it a third time here and it kind of collapses and is out of the way. So if once I select a particular entry here, I can get more information by clicking the edit screen, and as you can see from here, you can go in and edit different data, different information that is specific to this particular entry. Now, I'd like to briefly show you some of the other screens that we've built out for this version 3 prototype that we've put together. For example, here this is a email screen that if we do want to use Khamelia to capture emails, we can. And this is kind of the email interface that the email functionality would look like. It's definitely a little bit more graphical, or presentation is more streamlined than Microsoft Outlook is right now. This is the contact list. As you can see, once again, it does have a very graphical presentation. And this is the administration portion or piece here, where you can see that user accounts are grouped by a company. and also by security groups within this particular company. And you can go here, you can make modifications to the different account information. Basically, a lot of account functionality within one page. This is the company screen where I can go in. And basically see all the users assigned to a particular company and the different types here, company groups. Very useful, very helpful to help establish the company-to-company relationships that the system requires in order to better serve the end user. This was also the projects and tasks page that we saw earlier. And this here is also the timesheet functionality that you can use to type in different hours worked on a per task basis. You can see here you have the ability to use the timer to track your hours, or you can even do it manually. But all these hours are rolled up, and then timesheets are generated at that point. This is a Gantt chart functionality. Once again, you can group this, have a lot of flexibility in grouping these tasks. You can group them by sprint, by a different scrum phase or release cycle, and then you can plan that out within a particular time frame here. So definitely have the time or the Gantt type of functionality available within the new Khamelia 3.0 system. This also here has some of the powerful search capabilities that's available for version 3.0. You can search on a per column basis. Here you can see there's a search text box underneath each particular column, giving you the ability to search either from one column or multiple columns at the same time, or also even gives you the ability to create your own search parameters here in a very graphical or UI basis. No need to write any kind of code or SQL statements for this. You can, by simply going through and selecting different things, you can generate in a very user-friendly way SQL code that will execute, and you can then run these filters and save them, and which would then be available at a later time. This is some more of the calendaring and management functionality that's available to the system here. It does, once again, duplicate some of the Microsoft Outlook type of functionality. If you want to use this, you can use this, but at the same time, it does provide a lot of the business tools in one package, basically. So as you can see, just a lot of screens for consolidated or integrated business tools that is available within the Khamelia system. This is a neat screen too, because this actually shows you the different time zones across the world, and you can basically line them up vertically, and that way you can see exactly what time it is in different parts of the world in relation to today's time, for example. So it's an interesting screen. It's nice, very useful. And here also, this is more from a portfolio management. You can have your different clients here on the left side, and then you can basically see the different projects that you're working for that particular client. And this is a running year calendar at the top for the 52 weeks of the year. Basically, at a glance, you can see exactly where you're at and how many weeks are left in the year. Gives you the ability to just at a glance be able to manage just the activity in the projects, in this case, from a week-to-week basis. Anyway, this is a brief overview of the Khamelia UI and the Khamelia system. Once again, hopefully you enjoyed this brief demo, and I thank you for your time. And now, until next time, I'll see you then.